The war that began with US-Israeli strikes on Iran over the weekend is now echoing far beyond Iranian borders. Overnight, Day 4's first major blast outside the immediate battlefield came in Saudi Arabia's capital. 2 drones struck the US embassy in Riyadh inside the heavily guarded diplomatic quarter. Smoke rose, a small fire broke out, and streets that are usually busy with diplomats fell nearly silent. The US embassy in Saudi Arabia has told Americans to avoid the embassy until further notice. Saudi Arabia's defense ministry said 8 additional drones were intercepted near Riyadh and Al-Kaj. And that was just the beginning. Israel says it intercepted a large wave of missiles launched from Iran just after midnight. Defense systems lit up over the skies across Jerusalem, Tel Aviv and Haifa. Flares streaked upward from the West Bank city of Hebron as air raid sirens wailed. The Israeli military said it was working continuously to neutralize incoming threats. As Iran's retaliation widens, explosions have been reported across the Gulf. In Qatar, loud booms shook Doha before dawn. The Qatari military says it intercepted ballistic missiles in the early hours. Videos from the skyline show objects falling from the sky, mid-air interceptions lighting up the darkness. Doha has formally condemned the Iranian strikes and told the United Nations it reserves the right to respond. Then, in Bahrain, home to the US Navy's 5th Fleet, authorities say dozens of Iranian missiles and attack drones were intercepted. At least 1 person has been reportedly killed. In the United Arab Emirates, Australia confirmed its military headquarters at Al Minhad Air Base, just south of Dubai, was hit over the weekend. The strike underlines how military facilities linked to Western allies are now firmly in Tehran's crosshairs. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump has outlined Washington's war aims against Iran, saying the campaign is focused on crippling Tehran's missile infrastructure, dismantling its naval strength, and eliminating any pathway to a nuclear weapon.
Sinister. Our objectives are clear. First, we're destroying Iran's missile capabilities, and you see that happening on an hourly basis, and their capacity to produce brand new ones, and pretty good ones they make. Second, we're annihilating their navy. We've knocked out already 10 ships. They're at the bottom of the sea. Third, we're ensuring that the world's #1 sponsor of terror can never obtain a nuclear weapon, never going to have a nuclear weapon. I said that from...
And US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has suggested that the objective of this ongoing Israeli-American offensive may not be regime change in Tehran.
We would not mind, we would not be heartbroken, and we hope that the Iranian people can overthrow this government and establish a new future for that country. We would love for that to be possible. But the objective of this mission is the destruction of their ballistic missile capabilities and of their naval capabilities.
And then there is the energy front. An Iranian Revolutionary Guards general has threatened to burn any ship navigating the Strait of Hormuz, a choke point for global oil and gas shipments, and to attack pipelines to stop exports entirely. So, what began as US-Israeli strikes on Iranian soil has now triggered retaliatory attacks stretching from Riyadh to Doha and from Manama to Dubai. Embassies are on alert, military bases are under fire, oil routes are threatened, and civilians across the Gulf are waking up to the sound of air defences and sirens. This is no longer a contained confrontation. It is an expanded war unfolding in real time, and on its day 4, there are no visible signs of de-escalation.
Power doesn't end quietly. Some deaths are not accidents. They are messages. A gunshot, a crowd, a country frozen. The killer disappears. The questions don't. This is not just about who died. It's about what followed. Governments fell. Armies moved. History rewrote itself. 5 leaders. 5 moments. 1 pattern. the assassination.